In the world of music, fame can be fleeting, and fortune can disappear in the blink of an eye. We've uncovered the stories of talented artists who soared to the heights of success only to find themselves grappling with financial ruin. MC Hammer is an American rapper, dancer, and entrepreneur who became a cultural icon in the late 1980s. Despite his meteoric rise to fame, Hammer's career was marked by financial troubles due to extravagant spending and poor financial management, leading to his bankruptcy in the mid-90s.
And it appears that Hammer had indeed quit.
So, where did it all go wrong? Well, let's add it up. For starters, Hammer owned several racehorses, one of which, named Dance Floor, competed in the Kentucky Derby in 1992. Next up, his entourage was almost as big as the crowds at his shows. He employed a large entourage that included personal assistants, bodyguards, cooks, and even a stable of backup dancers. This payroll was reported to cost him around $500,000 a month.
Everybody knew that I had 200 employees. It wasn't no secret. Go and look at the murder rate in my city at the time. My city became very famous for being in the top 3 in homicides. Some of the people that were dying were my classmates, my neighbors. When I call home and somebody say, why don't you come out here on the road with me, man? I can give you $30,000 a year. Man, I can't have you keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you killing the very cats we grew up with. Well, 10 turned to 20, 20 turned to 30.
Like all good celebrities, he also amassed a collection of over 20 luxury vehicles, including several Lamborghinis, Bentleys, and, other high-end cars. And since you can't just leave a fleet of Lambos out in the rain, he built a massive $30 million mansion in Fremont, California to house them. Of course, this modest home also featured a 17-car garage, bowling alley, multiple swimming pools, and a recording studio. These extravagant purchases, combined with declining music sales and poor financial management, played a significant role in Hammer's eventual bankruptcy. Despite all his financial missteps, Hammer insists that he wouldn't change one thing.
Yeah, if I had to do all over again, I would absolutely. But the real truth is, not in exchange for the lives that lived, I wouldn't do it.
Known as the King of Pop, renowned for his innovative choreography, distinctive voice, and boundary-pushing creativity, Jackson won numerous awards, including 13 Grammy Awards, and left a lasting legacy in music and popular culture. Almost every aspect of Jackson's life was surrounded in controversy, and that includes his lavish spending habits. First up is Neverland Ranch, a sprawling estate that featured a private amusement park, zoo, and a train station. Jackson owned a wide range of exotic animals, including Bubbles, the chimpanzee, tigers, lions, elephants, and a giraffe. When you're the king of anything, much less the king of pop, you can't just hang a bunch of live, laugh, love posters on the wall. Come on! So, Jackson amassed a multi-million-dollar collection of fine art, including sculptures, paintings, and rare antiques. In addition to the sprawling Neverland estate, he owned various properties, famously renting a mansion for $100,000 per month. And since Uber wasn't an option for the most famous person on Earth, he had to travel in style, so he owned a fleet of luxury cars, including a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a Mercedes-Benz 500 SEL, and even custom-made vehicles. What the heck does that mean? His excessive spending on luxury items, exotic pets, and real estate, combined with legal fees from various lawsuits, put a strain on his fortune. By the early 2000s, Jackson had accumulated hundreds of millions in debt. Despite all of this, Jackson's music catalog, including rights to the Beatles songs, remain a highly valuable asset worth over $2 billion. Cha-ching! The rock and roll lifestyle isn't limited to just rock stars. One of the most famous country musicians got in on the fun as well. Willie Nelson, known for his distinctive voice and pioneering blend of country, blues, jazz, and folk, became a key figure in the outlaw country movement of the 1970s. which challenged the traditional Nashville sound. Before achieving success in the 1970s, Nelson struggled financially as an emerging artist. However, by the late 80s, he was a household name, and his money problems seemed to be a thing of the past. That is, until the IRS got involved. Ruh-roh. Nelson received a massive tax bill after the IRS claimed he owed $16.7 million in back taxes. To recover some of the debt, the IRS seized and auctioned many of Nelson's possessions, including his properties, instruments, and other personal assets. However, some of Nelson's fans and friends reportedly purchased items at auction and returned them to him. Finally, in a creative attempt to pay off the debt, Nelson released the album The IRS Tapes, Who'll Buy My Memories, with proceeds going directly to the IRS. In a 6-decade career, these financial troubles, though severe, did not diminish his standing as a beloved and iconic musician.
Thank you very much.
Jimi Hendrix rose to prominence in the late 1960s. Known for his innovative guitar playing and groundbreaking performances that combined rock, blues, and psychedelic music. Despite his legendary status as one of the greatest guitarists in history, faced significant financial difficulties throughout his career. His management deals were unfavorable, with much of his earnings being siphoned off by his manager, Michael Jeffrey. Unfortunately, at the time of his death in 1970, he was entangled in various legal disputes over royalties and ownership rights, and his actual wealth was far less than what his status might have suggested. Since his death, his music library has been sold off for $15 million, and his collection of guitars has since been sold. Most notably, the guitar he played at Woodstock was bought by Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen for $1.3 million in 1993. So, even after his death, others have found ways to capitalize on the iconic guitarist. So remember, it's not just about the money, it's about the music. I'm Katie Darrell. Thanks for watching.